So here we are in early June 2018, about 7-8 months past a U.S. soccer disaster of failing to qualify for the World Cup. And U.S. soccer has announced a new general manager position for the men's national team. And they filled it today with Ernie Stewart, a former player for the national team and former executive in MLS for MLS Philadelphia. And when we look at real change, what is U.S. soccer doing differently in the wake of this catastrophe, this World Cup failure? Nothing is really changing. We've elected the former president's sidekick to take his place. Smooth transition there. We are not doing anything to change the structure of American soccer. We continue to let a failing MLS sit on our U.S. soccer Division I sanction unchallenged. Remember, it's one company, one club that is totally immune from competition from millions of people and thousands of clubs in the rest of American soccer. It's like giving Manchester United's sole control of the English soccer Division I sanction. It just sounds ludicrous, right? But that's what we're doing here in American soccer. So we hire this general manager for our national team. Apparently, we're the only nation in the world that thinks that a general manager is a needed thing for a national team program for a soccer nation. And apparently, this is a major thing that is holding us back as a national team and soccer nation. I think it's misguided. It's just another layer of protection for the real policymakers, perpetrators of a failing status quo, a failing closed system, closed market in U.S. soccer, a failing MLS. It appears that MLS and Soccer United Marketing, its marketing arm, are pulling the strings for our U.S. Soccer Federation. The U.S. Soccer Federation is not ruling over the ecosystem as it should. Rather, it's taking orders or being guided by one company, MLS. So we are in a upside down American soccer world, a corrupt American soccer world, it looks like. And we need to seriously reform this current USSF Federation, or we need to set up a new federation to take its place. And I think the latter of those two options is our best bet at this point, unless FIFA or the U.S. government itself steps in and completely cleans house in the current USSF Federation. I think it's almost impossible for this current federation to be reformed. Maybe mathematically possible in a presidential vote, but as we've seen with the latest election here in early 2018, the U.S. soccer presidential election, the voting weight is basically rigged so that MLS or its chosen candidate cannot lose the election. Again, so we look at the catastrophe that happened to American soccer and missing the World Cup the first time since before MLS, since before 1990. So for the first time in 30 years, we've missed the World Cup, and what are we doing? Nothing. We are just papering over the cracks, treating symptoms on a one-off basis and not looking into the root cause. Is the one's in charge of fixing U.S. soccer. Well, if they do too much investigating, if they dig to the root cause, they will expose themselves and their failing U.S. sport model for American soccer. We must open the American soccer pyramid and let all people and clubs compete. That drives investment. That drives innovation. That is the only way we can leverage the massive potential that we have here in American soccer. We have the ingredients of a world-class soccer nation. Full stop. We have 24 million players. Got to have at least that many soccer fans if we have that many players, right? So we have 30, 40, 50 million soccer fans here. Number one wealth and infrastructure as a nation. 330 million people in our total population. We've had soccer here for over 100 years. We have a lot of soccer history. All we are missing is proper leadership from a strong and independent U.S. soccer governing federation. This current USF federation needs to step up, or like I said, we need to replace it with a new federation and get FIFA to sanction this new government body that truly represents all people and clubs in American soccer. So they add another layer of protection with this odd general manager role, completely non-soccer position, just a figurehead, someone to be a scapegoat just in case disaster happens again. So the real builders and policymakers of the failing MLS and U.S. soccer system we have today don't have to face heat if another World Cup disaster happens. Is it really going to take another World Cup qualification failure in order for us to truly wake up as a soccer nation? My hope is that one was enough. I was hoping that 2018 would be enough to push us over the edge and that we would make the real change needed to truly move us towards reaching our world-class soccer potential. It's up to you, the people, to speak up. Either you can stay apathetic and let things progress, or you can believe that you have the power to create change. If you speak up, if people unite together behind a cause, raise their voice, they can spur change. They can create change. But if we believe we're powerless, we're going to go nowhere. They want you to believe that the common men have no power. But when they unite together, they have the most power of anyone. So that's what we need to do right now. Speak up for equality and opportunity in American soccer. Speak up for inclusion for all American soccer clubs in the American soccer ecosystem. It's not just about good soccer. It's also about economic and social opportunity as well. It's about doing the right thing, not just what's good for quality soccer in America. It's a moral decision as well. So let's move out of the dark ages and bring U.S. soccer into alignment with the normal global standard of open soccer. So if you like this video, make sure to share it out across social media and also subscribe right here to my channel. And I'll talk to you soon.